Yeah, welcome everyone to today our webinar. And today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, something got to do with wealth. Okay, so I think that this is one of the most important, right, and also crucial topic, especially in the current economy downturns. So I decided to choose this topic to talk about for today and to share with you some of the way you can actually start the winning streak again. How many of you here want to find back your mojo, your winning streak, right? Despite on the economy condition right now. How many of you here want that? Okay, great. So yes, why I want to actually talk about this because let me just introduce myself briefly. My name is Iverson Lee. For some of you are new to this, my name is Iverson Lee. I'm a consultant, speaker, and instructor from Joe Yap Consulting Group. So my main job, or what I do on daily basis, is I use Chinese metaphysics such as Bazi, Feng Shui, Qimeng Dunjia. I think some of you heard about this, to help not only myself, to help my clients, my students to achieve their goal. Yeah, because I work with different people, like different walks of life. It could be a business tycoon, entrepreneur, politician, and students, and also someone who actually want to turn their life around, right? Because all of us here, we're born with no guidance, right? The moment we are born, we actually don't know much about our potential, what is our direction, what is our passion, what is our calling in life, right? There's so many things that we don't know and we learn along the way. Some of us actually get lost along the way, right? We feel lost, we don't know what to do. How many of you here, you actually, you have a feeling of that you are lost right now, right? You don't know what to do moving forward. Everything seems like so bleak right now. Okay, yes, right? So it's not your fault, yeah, to start with, yeah, because we are not actually given a user manual. How do we navigate our life the moment we are born, right? So, and my job as a consultant, teacher, or speaker is to help anyone who actually want to improve their life. First of all, it has to be from you first, right? You want it first. If you don't want it, right, no matter what I say, it doesn't have any effect on you. Do you guys agree? So I always like to actually talk to people, or I always ask them first, right? Do you want it or not? If you don't want it, there's nothing I can do to help you. Agree, right? No matter how sincere I am or how confident I am, if you don't want it, I cannot penetrate your barrier. So the fact that all of you here show up on today's webinar shows me that you want something, you want to create something, you want to achieve something, you want to get yourself out of problems, isn't it? Right? So how many of you here actually have a desire to become better? Yeah, I just need a desire. You might not know what to do, which direction to go, but as long as you have a desire, then yeah, I can offer you some guidance here. All right, great. So so many of you here, actually, I saw a lot of your messages here. While I'm talking to you, actually, I'm looking at the messages. Okay, great. So, and let me tell you, I work with so many people I share with you earlier on daily basis. So a lot of people ask me, Iverson, what are you really doing? Right? How do you use, what are you really helping them? So basically, it's very simple. I help them to achieve their goals, right? What they want in life. Because all of us here, the moment we achieve our goals, we become happy. Agree? Right? Right? So we become happy. So a lot of people say, I want to be happy. I want to find happiness. Basically, the subtitle that actually implying that they want to achieve their goals in life, right? And all of us here have different goals. So therefore, our definition of happiness will be different, right? All of you have this. And why I'm telling you this here, because the whole purpose of using Chinese metaphysics is to help us to achieve our goal, no matter what goal it is. Yeah, there's no such thing called a stupid goal. There's no such thing, right? Because your happiness must be something on your own term, right? Your own term. How do you define happiness here? So from my side, so when I started this, I get to know Chinese metaphysics since 2013. Yeah, that's where I actually came across Chinese metaphysics, and I didn't take it seriously until 2017. Okay. Yeah, some of you know about my background, right? Yes. How many of you here actually you came across this subject here way early. Yeah, and then but you along the way you got distracted. You have so many things to do. Only after a few years you actually pick it up the subject again. Okay, so for me, I discovered this in 2013, and because due to my work and so many things, different things, I was a programmer before. I actually sort of like distracted. I don't really put too much focus on it. And until 2017, I decided to actually full force, right? I deep dive into this subject. So, and 2017, when I decided to actually make use of this system here. This system here is not created by me. It's being there since 2000 years ago. So I actually create a goal, right? I actually writing down what I want to achieve in 2017. And why I'm telling you this, because yesterday, I think back, while I'm cleaning my desk, I discovered that a diary, and one of the pages actually I written down 5 years ago. It's 2017, and I actually write down the goals I want to achieve by the support and the help of Chinese metaphysics. Right, I read, most of them I would say that time is something got to do with finance. Right, because I was struggling financially and I want to get myself out of the rut. So I actually write down, I want to actually clear my debt. And I also want to buy a house that I like. I want to own my dream car. That time, right? Well, when you have nothing, this is your goal that you want. But of course, right now, my goal will be very different. But that time, this is actually my goal is I purely want to survive. Right? If some of you told me, or I think some of you also feel that you're struggling financially and you don't know, or that whether I feel you, I understand you. Let me tell you, I truly feel it. Because I go through that part myself. It's not a nice place to be in, right? Because when I was young, I keep telling everyone, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that, right? So I behind from all my promises. It doesn't look good, right? And then I cannot even provide for myself that time, let alone my family members that I care about. So I'm not feeling good. I even hate myself for it. So I write it in this gown and this goal here in my diary. And fast forward 5 years now, 2022, when I look at it, hey, 5 years seems very not really long, right? It just happened in a blink of eye. But I discovered that all the goals that I written down already achieved it, and some of them is actually beyond what I expected. How many of you here like to do this as well? Right, so I actually written down all these things, and then I discovered, and then I share with my friends. Right, this morning I have a breakfast with my friend. I say, hey, this thing work, and then I track back, what I actually did during the time for the last 5 years. And why I want to tell you is 5 years, because a lot of people, I know that a lot of people make use of our maybe lack of knowledge about metaphysics that promise you instant wealth. How many of you here actually bought into that before? Like ask you to buy certain ring to wear, or wear certain color of shirts, or you put an item in your house, then suddenly you become the next millionaire, right? I want to tell you that, Chinese metaphysics doesn't work that way. Yeah, I hope it would be, but it doesn't, right? All of what we want in life that require a cost, right? A certain action need to happen here. So how I use Chinese metaphysics is to actually use it to support my goal, my action, right? I don't want you to think that, okay, you do nothing, you just sleep in your house and then suddenly things work for you. Okay, if that is what you want, I'm not the right person for you to follow with. Yeah, you might not need to, because different philosophy, right? So you might not find this useful for you, because I always believe in action, hard work, commitment, and you're driven, you have a clear goal, and then you use Chinese metaphysics, then you become unstoppable. Yeah, that part is required from your side, right? That's why I asked you, do you have the desire to do it or not? So I want to make it clear from the start. I don't want you to think, okay, once I do this, I put an item here, then suddenly I become rich. It's not going to work, right? You look at all the rich people in the world right now, right? So if you look at the interview, and they talk about their success, how do they make their fortune? Did they tell you that they wear certain color of shirts before, or they put an item in the house, suddenly they become rich? Is it how it works? You look at Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all the billionaires. Do you actually go through the interview? Right? So if you track back, it always boils down to one thing. is the decision, right? That they're not going to live the same life that they used to live anymore. And that actually spring them forward to take certain action. And because of their drive, they want to create something, and therefore they find and they achieve their goal, right? So that is something I decided in 2017 as well. I decided that I don't want to live that kind of life anymore. And that time, to make things even worse, my parents retired, so I feel I have the obligation to also make more money to support them. Agree or not? Right? So there's so many things, right? Moving at the same time, so I need to do that. So therefore, the first thing I actually pick is I say, hey, I think I cannot change destiny overnight. I think you know about this, right? But you can change direction overnight. Because no matter how minor the direction it seems to be, but over 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4th year, and 5th year, and then you see the vast difference. So no matter what you want to do, I advise you to start right now. A lot of people have a big goal, a huge goal, right? But they don't willing to start small. Because I think that, you might think that you start small is a little bit like that, right? So it's just a small degree difference, but in long run, it makes lots of difference. But a lot of people keep talking a big game, and then they want to do big things, but they are not willing to go through the process. Yeah. So this is a part I discovered throughout all my while I have a conversation with my clients, yeah, because they don't want the process. So today I want to walk through the process. How do I use BaZi to help all of you here to actually, if some of you here are struggling financially, so and some of you actually are okay, right? Maybe you're not struggling financially, but you want to make more money, right? So this is one of the things I like to do, right? I like to talk about creation. I like to talk about achievement. I like to talk about self-transformation. How many of you here actually have the same desire as me? Right? It's not just money. Yeah, I'm talking about become the better person, right? The best of you. Okay, great, right? Because when you become better, everything else will be better. And let me tell one thing very funny here. I'm a consultant in this Joey Up Consulting Group, right? So what I do, we have a lot of consultants as well, and then sometimes a lot of clients coming in, and then we being assigned randomly, right, of all the clients, right? So let's say there are 10 clients, then we actually assign randomly to all the consultants, and guess what? Most of the clients that actually are assigned to me randomly, all right, I don't have any control, randomly, and most of them actually are business people or someone that they want to become better financially. They want to become happier by actually achieve more. They have winner mentality. They are A player. They don't want to settle for something for less, right? They want to, because they know that they only can live once, they want to maximize their potential, right? They don't want to regret at the age of 80 years old, and then they say, I wish I should do this, I wish I could have done that, right? So they don't want to live in regret. So if the reason you're here, I feel, right, because that is the kind of energy I had, I want to do more. I actually unconsciously, I attracted the same group of people as my client. Yeah, that's when I got started. How many of you here, actually, that is your goal for this year and next year, at least, right? Let's start with something small first. Okay, now we are aligned. Yeah, now we are talking here. So now, great. Yeah, now you're my new best friend. Okay. So, and the next thing I want to talk to you here is, perhaps I want to ask you first, since I already tell you that what is my definition of great destiny, yeah, for myself, I actually written my goal. So what is your definition of great destiny? Yeah, type it in the chat box right now. I want to know. Yeah, what is your definition of great destiny? Because everyone is different. And don't worry, there are nothing so-called is not good enough. Right? It's subjective, right? There's no right or wrong in your definition. So some of you say that maybe you just want to have more time with your family, right? Some of you just want to have a great conversation, or you can have freedom. Okay, so some of you say, let me take a look at the chat box here right now. Okay, achieving the life you wanted. Okay, transform life and create impact with people around me. Okay, great. So let me show you first. I prepared a slide here. Primarily, This is the part that people want in life, right? So it either is wealth, family, health, career and business, creativity, love, spirituality, social, yeah, your network. So all of these are the things that make our life are worth living. Why there are 8 segments here? Because if you learn I Ching, there are 8 trigrams. So primarily our happiness in life actually divided into these 8 aspects here. Okay, and let me tell you one thing. Let me share with you this chart again. So let me see whether I can draw something here. Okay, apparently I can. Okay, so if I actually focus on increasing the energy of my wealth element, don't you think the rest of the aspect will got affected, will become better? You have more options. All right, you have more time with your family. If you no longer work for money, right? If you're talking about health, you have better access to maybe medical facilities or treatment. Yeah, don't you think this is the right place to start first? Because otherwise, you're so many things, right? So I'm not saying the others not important, but if you become a better provider, yeah, if you become a better provider, who will benefit from it? You are not someone that consume. You're someone that produce. Okay, consume means that you're freeloader, right? You keep taking, right? So, and then if you're the producer, you produce. Who you benefit first? If you become better financially, beside you, your family, right? Yeah, or your surrounding, someone you care about. Automatically, I don't care what barter chart they have, right? You don't even care about their barter chart. Somehow, whether they like it or not, their life will go to the next level. Agree or not? I don't care whether their chart got wealth element or not. It doesn't matter, right? Because you have the energy. Now you actually able to affect someone, right? Your loved one, your close friend, or someone you care about. Okay. Or maybe there are certain project or certain community project that you care about. Now you have options to do it. So therefore, what I'm trying to tell you here is all the dream that you described just now, all your great destiny comes with a price tag. Yeah, you might need to write this down. It comes with a price tag. All right, you need funding. So maybe you need to write this down. Great destiny, yeah, need funding, right? No matter what it is, right? You want to send your children to a great school, right? So you need funding, right? So that's why we talk about this. And now the next question here is, you might ask, right? Then, okay, all right. So yeah, this makes sense. But how Chinese metaphysics can help in this aspect? Yeah, and why people keep talking about Chinese metaphysics is so powerful, and why I'm even talking to you right now, and I'm keep telling you all these so important things, right? I can do so many things at this point of time, but I chose to be here because someone helped me before in Chinese metaphysics, and it changed my life. And then this is sometime whenever I able to, I'll spend some time to share some information with all of you guys as well. It's a sort of like paying forward, right? So I'm not expecting you to actually follow everything I say today, but if you only can follow one thing, right, I would say that it's worth my time actually doing this here. Okay, so now why is so powerful here, right? So why is so powerful? Because Chinese metaphysics system study about one thing, about energy. Okay, yeah, because everything in what we want actually have a certain frequency or energy, right? It's a vibration. So now, let me just start with this first. For you, right now, I'm asking all of you here, on the scale from 0 to 10, in terms of your energy level. Yeah, what is your energy level right now? Yeah, type in the chat box. Okay, all right. Okay, great. So 8, 7, 10. Wow, super high. Okay, great. So now let me ask you one thing. You think about this, right? If you actually energy level is high, do you feel happier? And if you feel happier, don't you think automatically you like to talk more? No? Do you like to share with more people? Yes, right. Yeah, I don't care whether you're introvert or not. I don't care, right? When you are happy, you like to share, you like to talk, everything seems pleasant to you, right? All people seem pleasant to you. They are good people. I think you experienced this before when you fall in love that time. Or when that time only, right? Okay. That time you feel so excited, right? You feel that you are the king of the world, the queen of the world, right? So that are the kind of energy. But what if you can actually sustain those energy on consistent basis? Would it be cool? Right? The high energy. Okay. So therefore, when we talk about Chinese metaphysics, why it's so powerful? Because they understand how energy works. Because what you want in life, no matter whether it's wealth, relationship, or fame, or reputation, or promotion even, all of that have certain frequency or energy. For example, like if you're talking about love frequency, it will be 528 hertz. Okay? So if you talk about healing, healing is 174 hertz. Okay, so if we can tune in the energy to match that cycle, then we're going to get something. Right? Do you realize that when you are happy, different people are attracted to you? Right? Then when you are not happy and then you're grumpy, you feel that the whole world against you, you tend to attract what? The same people like you. Because misery loves company. I think we heard about that before, right? They gather together and then they cry together during weekend. They keep sharing how bad the life is, and then you validate the feeling. You say, "Oh, me too," right? And then all of you here, your hobby is crying. So same energy will actually they group together. So therefore, one of the goal here back then is I want to actually get myself out of this first. I want to increase my energy level so I can tap to different resources, attract different people, and attract different events in my life. So therefore, why is so powerful? Because we talk about the energy pattern. How many of you here want to raise your energy level? Yeah, I want to raise your energy level right now. Okay, all right, great. So now the question here is, do you able to feel energy or not? Right, that is the first thing, right? We keep talking about energy, right? Then there will be some people who ask me, "Hey, Iverson, okay, you talk about energy. Prove to me energy exists." Okay, can we do a simple demonstration here to sort of like actually do this together? Because now we're in Zoom, right? I cannot see you in person. Yeah, but hopefully I can interact with you as close as possible. So let's do this right now. Take up both of your palm right now. Okay, do it now, and then put it together. Okay, do it together. Put it together here. Come on, guys. Some of you are not doing it. Yeah, I can feel you. I can see you. All right, doing it. Follow me. Okay, all right. Okay, good. Yeah, so do this. And then I want you to actually rub both of your palm. Okay. Okay, one of your palm here. And then now I want you to put like this. Like a circular, you imagine there's a sphere between your palm. And then I want you to use this finger, yeah, your index finger, the top one. And then you try to do something like this. Just circle your index finger. Do you sense the energy or not? If you sense it, type the word yes. Yeah, moving, right? Yeah, that is energy. Okay, right now, I want you to do one thing, all right? You don't follow me. I want you to put down your right hand, or the top, the one you place on top, put it down. Don't take it up. Yeah, just this remaining here. All right. Don't take out your hand. Even though I'm doing this, don't take out your right hand. All right. So on your side, you just need to put up your palm, the bottom one. All right. So don't follow me. I actually putting my right hand again here, and then I do a circular motion here. Even you don't do this, do you feel the energy actually circling in your palm? Even you just use one palm. Do you feel the energy actually circling or not? Don't you think it feels amazing? Yeah. So because destiny, energy doesn't know boundaries. There's no distance to it. Now you feel amazing, right? Even you don't do this, even me, the only one that doing this, you feel it. Yeah. So that's how we got connected. Yeah, we got connected. We have the same frequency here. Yeah. So therefore, you're actually able to do this here. So that's why one of the part of Chinese metaphysics, we talk about this aspect. Okay. All right. Great. So do you feel it cool? Now you can feel some energy, right? Otherwise, we keep talking about energy. People say, oh, it's not real, right? Prove to me. I just prove to you. I also can prove to you that energy no distance, and energy don't have any logic, right? They don't have any logic. If you think that, oh, I'm very old right now, I cannot achieve something. Yeah, that is your own logic thinking. Yeah, I just show you that the energy doesn't know any boundaries, right? That cross boundaries, that cross our logical mind. Okay, so that's one thing. So why metaphysics here? One of the way is to actually help us not only identify it and then to increase the energy level. So all of us here have a default destiny. We have our default energy. Some of you by default are very high. Some of you, you need to have some fine tuning, right? You're a bit low here. So when you plot your Barter chart, you actually, that is your default energy, your base, all right? Your fundamental, I would say your natal energy. Okay. So now we know this. The next thing here is why is make it so powerful besides improving our energy? And Chinese metaphysics also study the pattern of energy because energy moves in a cycle. Do you guys agree with this or not? All energy moves in a cycle. There will be a cycle ascending and there will be descending as well. So do our life, right? So we can come to the peak, like a lot of top athletes, right? To a point, they reach to the peak and then there will be a decline next, right? It's up and down. So why Chinese metaphysics is so powerful? Because since we understand energy, we can track the highest point and the lowest point in our life so we can plan different strategy. Okay, guys, make sense? Right? Back in 2017, that time the energy cycle, actually the time is really low. Okay, so I work things differently because if I still continue doing what I'm doing back then, right, I will see a lot of issues and obstacles, right? So that time is a time I make a shift. I interrupt the pattern of the energy, and then that will bring me to a new direction. How many of you here want to learn that? So we call this alternate destiny. Right? Even in the lowest point, there's always an option put to you. Okay, so the next part here. And this is we talk about the cycle. So energy and the way we can actually increase our energy or redirect our energy. How many of you want to learn this? Yeah, redirect or actually enhance your energy is not hard, right? You don't need to do anything. All you need is one thing: the power of focus. Okay, if you know, let's say if you're focusing on the thing that you don't have right now, what is your energy level? Think about this. Now, think about this. Well, I want you to actually focus on the things you don't have, you never have, or ever. Okay, and now I want you to focus also on the things you cannot control. Maybe the economy situation or how people respond to you. Okay, so low, right? So if I ask you to just shift it, I want you to focus on, I want all of you here just for 30 seconds, just think about, right? Think about something that you're proud of, that you achieved before, that you feel so proud of, that you cannot wait to share with a loved one. Yeah, just think about a moment. I want you to step in that moment, breathe it as if you're there, feel it. Yeah, that is the power of focus. So why I'm telling you this, do you feel different energy instantaneously? Yes, right? So what we just do right just now, we just shift the focus. So why I'm telling you this, because if you want to kickstart your wealth energy, right? So remember today we'll talk about the wealth energy. If you want to actually increase your wealth energy, how many of you want to increase your wealth energy? Of course, right? Is by training your focus first, right? Because your parts are already fixed, right? So, but you're not fixed. You can do something. So now, do you want to know the secrets or not to kickstart your wealth energy? Yeah, you want to know the secret to kickstart your wealth energy? Type the word me if you want it. Okay, nice. Okay, wow, today we have a lot of audience. You have over 1,000 people today. All right, great. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the more people tuning in, the more excited I am here. Okay, all right, great. So now, now I'm going to tell the secret. If you have a note, grab a pen, write this down. Okay. Now I'm telling you the secret to kickstart your wealth energy. Okay. Now the secret is you must stop wanting to become a millionaire. Stop it. Stop that desire. Stop that wanting. Okay, you might think, right? Oh my God, what is this, right? It seems like counterintuitive, right? Because when this is become a cliche, right? Who doesn't want to become a millionaire? And the moment they think about it, they're already giving up most of the time because in their mind, they think that it's not possible. Make sense? Right? They already stopped doing something more because in their mind, either their belief system or something, they don't feel they're able to do it, or they feel it hard, or they feel that maybe their parts are not designed to do it. Make sense? So I always tell people, don't say you want to become a millionaire. Okay? So the thing here is, if you want to kickstart your wealth energy, your goal here is to achieve healthy financial reserve. Okay? All right. So you just want to achieve a healthy financial reserve. So which means that you have enough money to use. I don't care whether it's over $1 million or it doesn't matter, right? Your goal is not about becoming a million, right? You want to be a million, you go to different currency, probably you're already millionaire or even billionaire, right? So we don't talk about it. We talk about a healthy financial reserve. Now, this is a new term here. Write this down. Okay. So once you have healthy financial reserve, then one thing's happen. That all of us here want this. You are in control of your schedule. This is very important, right? The reason you want to achieve a healthy financial reserve because you want to have total control on your schedule. Your schedule means what? Your daily tasks, where you want to go, who you want to meet with, right? So if you are still working right now, so are you in control of your schedule or not? Guys, if you still need to report to work, and recently I heard that a lot of companies, they actually ask the employee back to the office, right? They don't actually believe in this hybrid mode anymore. So they don't have, yes, you're right? They don't have control of their own schedule. So if you don't have a control on your own schedule, you cannot take control of your destiny, as simple as that. So the first step about financial freedom is your ability to take control of your schedule. Yeah, whenever you want to send your kid to school, you can do it. You don't even need to ask permission from your boss. Okay? Yeah, if you want to actually fly to somewhere to eat breakfast, you do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, so that means that you have total control of your freedom. Okay, nice. Don't you think this is a more practical goal to achieve? Instead of you keep telling everyone, I want to become a millionaire or billionaire, right? So in our mind, we don't even believe it sometimes. So once you have enough financial reserve, then I would say that you lead a pretty good life. So why this is so important right now compared to other times? Because as you know right now, the recession is looming. Right? So it's not a question whether will there be a recession or not. It's more like when it will happen. Do you guys agree with this? It's about the when, right? So, and this is what I actually, one of the reasons I created this program here is to help you to get prepared for this. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the 5 keys to win big in your financial using Bazi. Okay, because why I'm using Bazi? Because Bazi is your starting point, is your internal energy. Remember, if you're able to match the energy with the outcome you want, you align to it, you're able to attract it. So now all of you here, I want you to take out your Bazi chart. Do you have your Bazi chart ready? Okay, let me show you the link first. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is the link for you to actually upload the chart if you haven't got one. There's a QR code there, and then there's a URL. You just it's free, by the way. You can plot as many chart as you want. This is your natal or your destiny chart. So we call this Bazi. Okay, I'm going to use this term in this webinar. Whenever I say Bazi, it represents your astrology chart. Okay, I think Teresa just type in the link in the chat box as well. So you can click on it and then off you go. Okay, great. So now you have the chart. There are 5 things or the 5 keys to win big financially using Bazi. Are you guys ready? Okay, let me show you the first one first. Okay, there you go. The first one. Okay, the first one is become an important person. So let me ask you, are you an important person? Are you? And some of you say, yes, you are. You might think, but how does this relate to money? So let me make this clear here. Are you an important person to your company? I think most of us think we are, right? Okay. Let me ask you, if the company, you're going to actually shrink down, they want to cut costs, and they only can retain 3 employees in that company, are you one of the 3 key employees or not? Okay, so now I'm not talking about whether you're important to your family or to your community. I'm talking about, are you an important person to your workplace or to the marketplace if you're running your own business? Okay, some of you think yes, it's great. If you are super important, let's say you're the VIP of the company, do you really need to worry about bonus or increment? No need, right? Is your boss is the one should be worried whether you might actually resign, right? If you resign, then your boss will be worried, right? So therefore, the first key about attracting wealth energy is to make yourself become the most important person in the company or in the marketplace, right? So, and how do you become a important person? Is when you know important things, right? You know that in the company, which is the department is the most important right now that's in crisis, where is the lifeline department, right? So if you actually are knowing this, then this is the first step to activate your financial energy. Okay? Yeah, so why I'm telling you this? Because most of the time, like I met with some of my clients, they ask me, hey, Iverson, I have a great idea to do a startup here. I want to start a great company. I've been wanting to do this since I was a kid, and I want to realize this my calling. Right. In the end, after he explaining to me for the 30 minutes, then I asked him one question. Yeah, what kind of problems you want to solve? Right, your business. What kind of problem you can solve using your business? Because in the marketplace, they doesn't care about your dream since you were a kid, how passionate you are, how committed you are, no matter how good intention you are. If you cannot solve problems, right, that someone needed, you're not going to succeed. Do you guys agree? Right? I don't care how you feel. Yeah, because in the marketplace, in the workplace, your feeling is irrelevant. I don't care, right? Yeah. So therefore, don't you think this is a first shift you want to do? Okay. Some people discover this early. They know what is important thing to do. They know what kind of people they need to talk to, right? They sort of like have this judgment. And I'm going to share with you, some people are born with this. Okay. Now take out your party chart. Yeah. Let me also bring out my party chart as well. Not my party chart, a sample chart. Okay. I'm going to share on the screen, sample chart. At the same time, share. Okay, take out your chart. Let me share a party chart on the screen right now. Okay, I think you can see a sample chart here. So what I need you to do first is to actually scroll down to this part here. Okay, so, and then do you see this part? We call this the 5 structures. Yeah, if you are new here, there seems there's so many information here, right? Don't get intimidated by all this information. Actually, it's very easy. Okay. Yeah, don't feel that this is overwhelming. Yeah, it's easy. I'm going to go through step by step with all of you here. So I want you to look at here first. Are you guys following me so far? Okay, great. So I want you to look at the wealth element. Yeah, at the top. And I want you to tell me or share with me what is the percentage of the wealth element. Of course, there are 2 points here. I want you to look at the beige color. So for this person, if I zoom in, don't you think it's 40%? For this person? Yes? Okay, now your turn. Share with me. Yeah, what is the what is the percentage here? Don't worry. Okay, so we say zero and they want to cry. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, just do this as an exercise. Okay. And okay, once you discover that, okay, why this is important? Because the wealth element, the percentage here is represent your value detector. Now, what do I mean value detector? Value detector means that you're able to identify the important tasks, what you should do right now, what your boss want, or what is the important service, or what is the important product that people need, or what is the important people that you need to connect with. Don't you think this is important? So basically, I'm telling you, they make good use of their time. They have a good judgment. What is important? They're able to differentiate that clearly. This wealth percentage will tell you that. So if your wealth percentage just now is 70% and above, this part actually is very easy for you. Automatically, you will know who to connect with, whether this person useful or not, right? What is the important thing that my boss needs right now? What is the important thing for my company? Check your chart right now. Okay. So, and if you're 70% and higher, you're born with it. Yeah, but whether you do something about it, that one is on you, right? Yeah, so, but some people are lazy, right? This one doesn't mean you're going to do it. Just telling you, you have this judgment. You have a great judgment on what is important, what is not. That's it. Whether you do it or not is up to you. Okay? Yeah, so this is the very important. Yeah, the first criteria of activating the keys to actually win big financially is know your priority, know what is important. Have you met someone that actually they tell you that they're very hardworking, right? They actually work all day and then burn midnight oils, but they cannot see results? Have you met someone like this? And then they say that the world is not fair. Yeah, a lot of people, and the explanation I can give you, why I can tell this, because I meet a lot of people like this. They keep complaining to me and say because they are doing what? Not important things. They learn not important subjects. Yeah, they acquire non-important skills. They do something that their boss don't want. Okay. Okay. So therefore, remember I told you, right? Your feeling is not relevant. If you work for others, I don't care whether you like the job or not. If it's important, you must learn how to fall in love with the job. Okay. So if your chart is 70% or above, it come with it. If you're not, then what you need to do? Learn it. Right? Because awareness is the first step of change. Do you find this useful or not? Right? It's not about like what color of shirt you wear, or what to put in my house. Yeah, that can help you. If that were that easy, Arrow become a billionaire, right? So all life changes come from energy. Our focus, our mind determine our energy level. Okay. So now, even by this first step here, if you actually sit down in 30 minutes after today's session, just write down, right? What is important, what is not important, and you need to get rid of those unimportant things. So you have more room to do important things. By this alone, do you think your life will change? Yes. But a lot of us here don't want to take time to do this because we're too busy, right? We're distracted, right? So therefore, a lot of people overlook on this. So that's why a lot of people think rich people must be very clever. They are not. Right? And a lot of people think, okay, the reason they are poor because they're lack of intelligence. No, I've seen a lot of people, they are very intelligent, yet they're struggling financially because they fail to understand this part. Okay? All right. So do you know how to read it right now? Okay, cool. So this is so now share with me right now, how many of you here, your wealth percentage is 70% and above? Okay, nice. All right. So if you're not, don't cry, don't say why me, so you must have some good form of good luck for you to be here today to know this. Do you guys agree? Universe loves you enough. Somehow they arrange, our path is crossed for you to know this piece of information. You should be happy, should celebrate it, right? Because now you're aware of it. Then you know what to do. Okay, of course, in the part there are more things you can deep dive, specifically which direction. But I think the first step, you need to understand this part first. Okay, all right, great. Do you like the content so far? We're only in step number 1. Okay. All right, great. So look at the wealth element. That's why a lot of people think if my wealth element is higher, mean they are super rich. No. Okay, now you know the answer already, right? No. A lot of people think, oh, my wealth element is 70%. I must be richer than you know. If they are higher, means that they know what is important. Okay. Is it possible that they know what is important, but they are not doing it? Is it possible or not? How many of you have been guilty on this? You know exactly what to do, when to do, and how to do it, but you don't do it. Okay, me as well, right? Sometimes we know we should do this, right? So therefore, we need to aware. Yeah, this part here. When I started like 2017, yeah, I know a lot of stuff, right? In parcel, so many things I can do, but I don't do everything I know. That's the problem, right? So therefore, yeah, we learn along the way, and then we push our boundaries, and along the way, you see, you're going to see results, right? So what I say here, you need to tell yourself that time I keep focusing on my own feeling. I don't like this, right? I deserve more. Then finally, one day I discovered that the world doesn't care how you feel. Your feeling is irrelevant, right? You want the goal, bite the bullet and get it. So I need to tell myself that, okay? Yeah, so this is the first part. You become valuable because the energy of attraction, all the wealth energy will flows to where the value is. Just like the water stream, they will flow from higher ground to lower ground because of gravity. It's a principle. Yeah, it's a universe principle. You cannot, I would say that you cannot reverse it. Okay, so therefore, if you think about value, right, don't you think all the money will flows to where the value is? Right? If you are a heart surgeon, can you make more money? If you're a heart surgeon, you have a good heart surgeon provided, can you make great money? Yes. Why? Because you save lives. You are valuable. Okay? Yeah, depends on if someone they're doing something is not so valuable, then they might get paid a lot lesser. Right? So therefore, a heart surgeon, they don't get paid by time. Right? If we work, right, if we negotiate our salary, you apply for a job in a company, if someone asks you what is your requested salary, what you are telling them, the number you're telling them is in order to trade 1 month of my time, this is my monthly salary. You are exchanging time. When you make money using value, it's not the time. Right? So if a heart surgeon, right, don't you think in the end, the faster he completed the job, I mean, provided the result is good, the faster is better, right? Yeah, that because they are not paid by time, they're paid by their expertise, their skill. So if you right now you're still paid by time, then you might need to think, yeah, maybe I can develop something in the near future. I no longer need to exchange my time for money. I exchange I actually attract money using my skill, my value. Okay, so start with looking at the wealth element. Great. So now the next one, then the next step here, the second one, right? Are you guys ready for the second key to win big in your financially? Okay, let me show you the second one here. Yeah, this is also super important. Okay, let me see whether I can share this again. Okay, great. You need to master the art of selling. Okay, this is the part that a lot of people don't like. Right? I hate selling too. Yeah, when I was started because I misunderstood what is selling is. Right? Only until I discovered that whatever I want in life actually coming from other people, isn't it? Right? Whatever we want in life, don't you think it's come from other people? Let's say you say, no, I'm running my own business. Who give you the money then? How do you make profit? You need clients. Agree or not? You get a job, you go for interview, you need help from others. So therefore, if you cannot influence those people to give you opportunities, right, then you cannot go really far. Agree? So when I say selling is a must for you, I'm not saying you must sell a product, right? Selling is nothing more than your ability to influence and convince someone to see the way you see things. If you go for an interview, right, are you selling? Are you selling? A lot of people tell me they don't like selling, right? So if you go for a job interview, are you selling yourself about how valuable you are, how competent you are? Yes. If your selling skill is suck, I would say that you're not able to actually got shortlisted. Right. So I would say that this is a skill that a lot of people need. If especially for someone say I want to start my own business, right? So I say, what should I do? I start my website. I should actually hire a few people. I want to have an office. I have to have a nice couch, so I need a TV. When I'm stressed, I'm playing PlayStation console, right? No. What is the first thing here? You must learn how to sell your product. That's the first step. If you cannot sell, you don't have business. Agree? If no one want to buy your product, means it's a bad business. Agree? So I'll say no need to actually spend so much money first, right? Can you able to sell your product or not? Make sense? Right? If you're able to sell, then you proceed to the next step. But a lot of people don't want. They want to get distracted. Oh, I have a beautiful name card. Let me post on social media. Let me share my friends. Now I have our own business. All this is wasting time, wasting money. And most of the time, these are the group of people not able to succeed in their business because they lack of one thing, selling. Okay. So now let me ask you, do you see yourself as a great salesperson or not? Do you have this ability to influence not only your clients, could be your parents, could be your spouse, could be your children? When you say something, they listen, they pay attention. It's great. Okay. Some of you say it's just tough. So of course, now you know it's so important, right? Even you are not working in the sales department in a company, there will be a time that you need help from other department, right? So if you don't know how to let them to help you, you cannot sell, because if you cannot influence them to help you, then they're not going to help you. You don't get the help that you wanted. So therefore, in the Pater chart, there are certain indicator that you have this selling ability or not. Okay, I'm going to share with you right now. How do you locate this energy in your chart? Do you want to learn this? So if you are a business owner, this will be very helpful, because if you're going to hire a salesperson, especially, or business development or marketing person, or someone that need to do presentation, I think this would be a great help for you. Okay, now take out your Pater chart again. Okay, I'm going to show you again the Pater chart. Okay, all right, great. So now I want you to, first of all, look at here. I want you to look at this part here. Only two, the month pillar and the day pillar. Are you guys clear? Only these two sections. I know later on someone will ask, how about the hour or the year or the love pillar? No, right? I need to be strict on this. Only month and day. Okay? Because this is the two most important pillar in your chart. So the next question here is, do you able to see the sales element or the selling element? I'm going to share with you what are the selling element according to Pater. Okay, all right. So there are three of them. There are yin, there are yi, there are ting, and then there are yin, sin. Okay, so there are three of them. Yi, ting, and sin. Only three. So now, I want you to look back at your own chart right now. Do you able to locate yi or ting? This is or, right? It's not and. So either one will do. All right. So either it's a yi, ting, or sin in the column that I highlighted just now. Okay. Now look at it. Okay, great. If you have this, you can become a great coach. You can become a great presenter easily. Yeah, because you have an innate talent on it. Okay, so let me show you again a chart to see whether so you guys can understand this better here. Okay, let me share with you a sample chart right now, because I know some of you are very new, so I'm going to go through a bit slow here. Okay, now this is a sample chart here. So now I'm going to look at only this section. I'm going to look at now in this session here. Do you see any yi, sin, or ting or not? Yes. Yes, I saw what. Yes, you discovered there's a one here, one here. Okay, can I tell by this observation only, this person can be a great salesperson, great influencer? if being trained properly. Yeah, because he has inborn talent. Okay. All right. Great. So now let's do another one here. Okay. How about this person? So this person have, let's draw the boundaries again. Does this person has the, yes, I found one here, and one here. 3. Which one is more powerful? The earlier example or this example? The current one? Current one, right? Why? Because I have all the 3. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, but of course, right now we are not going to compare which one is much more better than the other. If you have it, any one of them, you are given the gift. You need to train this early. Okay, yeah, this is where your money coming from. Okay, now let me share with you one more layer of this study here. That element, the speaking element or the selling element, can appear here, or also can appear here, right? So it could be both section here. So if you discover at the bottom means is here, bottom part, you'll be stronger. Now I'm going to give you some deviation here. If you have it, of course, it's good, right? But you say, oh, I want to know which one has better gift or strong, I would say, talent in this, the one that resides at the bottom. Yeah, even though some of you asked, I saw some of your question here, you asked, is the hidden stem counted? Yes, it is. It's counted. It's strong. If it's at the bottom. How many of you have it at the top and the bottom as well? Okay. If you have it, why you are that you have no excuse not to develop this. Okay. All right. You have no excuse not to develop this. Okay. Adeline Tan say you're already a salesperson. Okay, great. You want to become the top 5%. All right. When you say something, people listen. You inspire others. A lot of people think someone good in selling is someone that keep talking non-stop, right? That one is not a great salesperson. That one is annoying. Have you actually had some friends that keep talking non-stop 24/7? And for the sake of being polite, you just pretend to listen, but actually you feel annoyed? Okay, that one is not great in selling, all right? So the ability to sell is someone that even though they are not a man of words, they didn't actually talk a lot, yeah, but one word that they say is so profound that it just shifts your perspective instantaneously. Have you met someone like this? Right, just a very short word, and then they disappeared. Most of the time they disappear, right? I don't know why. Probably they're busy. After they say something they need to say, right, and then they walk away. Have this mysterious feel. That is the power of influence. Okay, so I know some of you might say, "Oh, Iverson, I don't like to do selling, right? So that's not me." Okay, let me ask you, who are you kidding? Right? So why I'm telling you so? Because it's not that you don't like selling. Yeah, the reason, yeah, you feel that you don't like selling because you don't like rejection. Agree or not? That is the cause. Right? You hate rejection. What if you know that you're not going to reject it? Then you tell everyone, I love selling. Okay, so that is the part you need to work with. Problem solve. Yeah, that's why when we look at parts, right, we look at these deeper issues here. Yeah, that we have. Yeah, why we actually repels all this energy, right? Because we don't like to get rejected. Right. But if you have something so valuable, you want to help people, right? And then maybe one or two reject you, and then but you can help the other more people. Yeah, just like what I'm doing. I think one of the client asked me, right, Iverson, how do you handle haters? Right. I'm sure. Okay, of course, if you are someone that posts something online, yeah, I actually post a lot of stuff online. Will there be haters, guys? Yes. Right. So they'll say, Iverson, do you feel rejected or not? Yes, I feel it. Yeah. 5 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I feel terrible. Yeah, in my mind, thinking, what's wrong with all this person, right? I'm sincerely want to say content. Why there are some haters there, typing something silly in my comment, unsolicited remarks, and just spoil my mood. And I have no mood to eat all day. Yeah. So, and later on, I discover is one thing, right? I won't let someone, just because of 1 or 2%, to stopping me to helping a lot of people that need my help. Yeah. So, yeah, once I understand this, yeah, I won't get bothered by this anymore, right? Why should actually got demotivated, got that's stopping me from helping other people that like my work, like my contents. So this is something you will learn along the way, right? So once I actually look at the Barter chart, yeah, you can later on you can discover that there are some people that they are keyboard warriors. They like to actually make all these remarks, yeah, but they don't like to actually have a confrontation with you in person, but they do it behind the scene. There are some people are like that. I call these keyboard warriors. Okay, so therefore and then one of my mentor told me, right, this is something that very profound. He said that uh, why they actually post all these remarks, because and why these haters exist is because it's always easier to hate you than to beat you. Agree or not? Guys, if you have haters, right? Why they become haters? Simple explanation. Because it's easier to hate you, yeah, than to beat you in person. Because they know that you're good, and then they cannot do it. So that's why they hate you. Right. So if some of you have haters, now you know the reason. Right. Let's say you are a great chef, right? If you have haters, now you know. Okay. So now you know, because it's easier to hate you and post some stupid comment. But if you ask them to cook, they can't cook anything. Okay. So I think the best they can cook is an instant noodle. Okay. If I'm being kind here, yeah, that's the best I can do. Okay. All right. Number 2. So now make a commitment here. I know some of you don't have this, right? You don't have this. I don't want to blame the chart, right? The chart do nothing wrong. The chart is just a messenger. Right? You don't kill the chart. You don't kill the messenger. The chart actually telling you this is the area you must acquire. Okay, learn how to handle rejection by having a purpose that you can help more people. Okay, all right, great. Yeah, because if you cannot sell, you cannot influence others, it's very hard for you to move ahead. Let's say in your career, I noticed one thing, right? Yeah, I remember one thing here is a lot of people, they're very hardworking and they think that the boss will know their value. How many of you actually have this same mentality? Yeah, as long as I work hard, I put all my effort, I make sure all the things get done, the boss will actually see all my hard works. And it's not true, right? Because your boss also very busy. So ability to sell also means your ability to market yourself. Yeah, you must learn that. Okay, all right, cool. So this is the part in the chart. If you have it, it's good. If you don't have it, I say that it's even more reason for you to do it, right? Because you don't have it, you need to start early. If you start this like very late, it actually become tougher for you. Okay, cool. Now this is number 2 here. So the next one. Yeah, the next one. Are you ready for the third keys around? Yeah, the third keys to win big financially. Okay, the first step here we're talking about develop to become a VIP. That's the first step, right? So then the VIP you can become I would say MIP. Yeah, there's a difference between VIP and MIP. Very important person is VIP, right? What is MIP stands for? Most important person. Okay, so then if you reach that stage, then VIP just kindergarten level. Now you're MIP. Okay, and if you have that, you can demand anything. You have leverage. That's the first one. The second one here is just now we're talking about the ability to influence and sell. That one you must have it, right? Because if you want to become an entrepreneur, or great entrepreneur, they know how to sell their products. Okay, so that is important. Now the third step. Once you have all these skills here, and then you start to make money, right? You start to see money coming in, and then you might run into these problems, right? So you need to know how to control your wealth flow. Okay, this is very important because wealth is an energy. right? If you want to make more money, you don't want the energy to become stagnant and is not moving. Yeah, that's the whole game here. So you think about economy, yeah, in the larger scale. Let me give you some example here. So if people are not buying, they're conserving their money, will the economy become good or not? If everyone, they are fearful, no, right? Yeah, because there are no movement, there are no flow, right? The best economy is when there's an in and there's an out, there's a spend and then there's incoming, right? So we go through this. So that one is a larger scale. We can actually see it, the same concept, the same metaphor in our Pater chart on our own financial management in these two elements. Let me show you these two elements here. You want to, okay, this is the one. Okay, spend and save. I think I posted on my Facebook earlier on, I'm going to talk about rock wealth. Okay, a lot of people actually, if you learn Pazi before, there is a rock wealth element that a lot of people are afraid of, right? They say, oh, I go through a rock wealth year, I'm going to go bankrupt, right? I'm going to actually lose money. My money might got swindled. So many fear, right? So that's why rock wealth, if it's a people, if it's a person, let's say rock wealth is a person, it would be the most unpopular person, right? And okay, because people don't like it. So now when we learn Pazi, yeah, if you're new to this, you might say, oh, what is this RW is? RW actually stands for rock wealth, okay? And the DW stands for direct wealth. I want to imagine all of this is like a character. All of them has a role to play, all right? So if they play their role correctly, you will achieve success. But if they try to take over on other roles or they abandon their role, for example, like in your body, right? To become healthy, all your organs need to function properly. Let's say one day, your liver say, I don't want to do the liver job anymore. I want to do the heart job. You remember your heart's supposed to pump blood, right? So the liver abandoned the role. They want to do the role of a heart supposed to do. Will you have health issues or not? Right? Of course, right? Because the liver cannot do the heart job, but he wanted to do it, so he abandoned the role that he's supposed to do to detox, and then want to pump blood. So will that be an issue? Yes? Yeah, we go haywire, right? So therefore, the DW and RW, if you imagine there's a role, it's a person that's supposed to play specific role. If they abandon their role, they want, let's say a rock wealth, they abandon the rock wealth role, and then they want to do a DW role, the direct wealth role. Will it be a problem in your chart? Okay. Yes, right. So now how do we strike a balance to this? So let me show. So by understanding each of the role, you can actually make use of it. So right now, we look at the chart again. So rock wealth governs spending and direct wealth represents saving. Okay. So a lot of people think rock wealth is bad because they think spending is bad. Like I'm telling you, right? In an economy, if everyone keeps saving money, no one's spending money, is it a great economy? No. Right? There'll be economy downturn. There'll be recession. Okay, it could be depression. So, but if you think about spending is bad, right? How can you improve yourself if you are not willing to invest money? Because spending also invests. You can be not just buying liabilities, right? Can you actually invest on certain education so you can actually make yourself better? Right? Yeah, so spending and saving has to be in balance. How many of you here see the logic of this? Yeah, I don't want you to be someone like some people, they are stereotyping, right? Or rock wealth is bad, right? So that one is a very, I would say, I don't know who actually telling them like that. But if you want to learn Pazi a proper way, this is how I see Pazi. Yeah, does it make sense? Does it make sense to you or not? I want you to understand this part, the balance between rock wealth and direct wealth. Okay, so now I think you heard about Warren Buffett say, right? The best investment you can make in your life is the investment on yourself, right? Is to educate yourself, to spend some money to learn something new. So that one is rock wealth, you know? right? It's raw wealth element. Now you don't like it, then you're not going to become rich. Because billionaire Warren Buffett telling you the best investment on earth is investment in yourself. And so do Bill Gates as well, right? Someone asked him before, how do you advise someone? Actually, someone asked Bill Gates, he said that, how would you advise someone that make less than 50K per annum? Right? So he asked Bill Gates, you know what Bill Gates' response to this? He say, invest in education. That's it. Very short advice, but very profound advice. Once I heard that, I say, wow, this is the most profound advice I ever heard in my entire life. It's short, but it's true, right? And how I came across this, because that time, everyone can ask Bill Gates question in the Reddit account. This is back like, I think 7 years ago. All right, so I actually read through Bill Gates' response, right? It's very simple. He just say, invest in education. Does it make sense? Because he know that if you cannot become better, nothing else will become better. That is raw wealth element. Now, do you like raw wealth or not? So next time, if you go through a raw wealth luck or a raw wealth year, or maybe you have a lot of raw wealth, what you need to do? You must tell yourself, yes, you can spend, right? Allocate some money to improve yourself. So now let me ask you, how many percentage of your income you set aside for self-education? Self-education. Okay, for me, I'll 20 to 30%. How about you? Okay, I see Christina say 20, 30. JD Tan say 30%. Yes, wow, good. All right, that is a good habit, right? So now, do you like raw wealth or not? Yeah, if you use it correctly, you do the role it's supposed to do, actually it's good, right? So now, the direct wealth on the other hand say that you don't spend so much money, have some balance, allocate some for reserve. It's also, don't you think it's also important to save money? A lot of people say, no, saving money is bad, right? We need to invest on money. But if you don't save money, where are you going to find money to invest? Agree or not? Right? So like a lot of people like to throw all this like business stuff. They're telling you, oh, you shouldn't work hard, you should work smart, right? If you don't work hard before, how can you work smart? Right? It comes in pairs, right? Yeah. So therefore, nevertheless, you still need to set aside your money. Yeah. So if your capital, if you're able to save your money, your capital is strong, don't you think you have more leverage on your investment? Guys, do you guys agree? Right? You say, oh, I make like 80% profit on my investment, but you only invested like $100. Yeah, it's nothing much. Right? If you just make 10%, but your capital investment is 1 million, that is 100,000, right? So therefore, saving is a must. Yeah, don't let anyone to telling you, oh, saving is not important, you must invest. That one is later. Right? So do you have this habit? That one, so saving also for emergency fund, right? If you think about recession right now or the pandemic, who is the winner? Who is the winner of that? They're not got affected. They have staying power. The one that using direct wealth properly, right? Those people that just a month or 2 months from bankruptcy, basically they don't have staying power. If the pandemic lasts like 1 or 2 years, they're out of business, right? So, but some people, yeah, yes, their business might get affected during pandemic, but they have long staying power. When everyone is dying in their business, they're actually able to grab opportunities simply because of one thing. They are cash rich. Okay, that one is direct wealth. So do you want to see this balance of raw wealth, which is spending, and direct wealth, which is saving your chart or not? Do you want to say this? Now take out your parter chart. Yeah, this is like MBA, right? So in finance, so we are doing this right now. Okay. So let me show you a. Okay, all right. So now, let's say this is a sample chart here. I want to scroll down to this part here. Okay, this is what we call the 10 profiles. And I want you to look at two things. For this person, everyone also the same. You look for direct wealth, and then you look for raw wealth. Raw wealth represents spending, and then direct wealth represents saving. Okay, so now, is it balanced or not? Is this person balanced? No. Okay. So yeah. So this one is weak, right? So what you need to tell this person to do? Because the spending is not balanced. So is it possible this person spend more on liability? Okay, Mavis must say spend more. No, first, right? Mavis, right? Yeah, no, first, right? So because this person, when it's weak rock wealth, it could mean they buying something that they don't need, right? So and then they just buy stuff. Okay, so it's about balance, right? So you can actually, if you are this person, right, how to work on this? You need to actually have learn how to buy what assets more. Okay, because you're just now the saving is so high, right? Tell them, okay, yes, it's good to save, but you need to allocate certain percentage of your saving account into investment, into education. Okay, all right. Yes, is this useful? It is a high level part, not right? Compared to just learn, oh, what is rock wealth, what is direct wealth, right? That one you cannot change your life. Yeah, now you understand this, how this works on your money. Can you appreciate your partner better this way? Type the word yes if you see you find the aha moment, and then now you know what to do with it about your money and what is holding you back all this while. Now you know. You want to unblock those energy. Okay, great. Okay, yeah. Although I share with all of you here is free here, it doesn't mean the information is not valuable. I could easily charge this, yeah, as a class or something, right? So I chose to give it for free because I think this is important. Yeah, because a lot of people that think, oh, if it's free means it's not valuable. Let me ask you, is it the first time you heard about this metaphor? Right? Even you learn Patzer for the last 10 years. Yes? Yes, right? So yeah, this is what I talk about functional Patzer. You learn it so you can create results. You don't learn because of theory. Some people could be very theoretical sound, but they are not functional in terms of results creation. Okay? All right, great. So that this one is you to seek for the balance of the part. So now let me see. Okay, the next one. Okay, let's talk about the next one here. Okay, let me just answer some question here. I saw Super Macro ask a question. Okay, Iverson, how can I balance the two? By awareness first, right? So if you look at, if one of the thing is weaker like just now, then you need to learn. You will tell yourself, I need to actually spend some money to invest on myself. Because raw is low means that you don't have ideas what to do. Okay, Wai Hong say, if both also zero, okay, if both also zero, both you also need to work at. Yeah, because it's like a wild card here. So you need to seriously look into your financial planning because both also zero. So it's non-existent. Okay, Wai Hong. So you need to start right now to learn this. Yeah, get a coach to help you to build this part up. Okay, find a coach, find a financial coach to help you to do this. Okay, nice. Okay, work on the weakest one first. If the one is zero, work on that part first. All right, I see Pun Sui say direct wealth 40%, rock wealth is zero, right? So by comparison, your rock wealth is not so good, right? So work on the spending part. Okay, control and spend on something that give you returns. Okay, look at that part. Are you guys okay so far? Okay, I give you the concept, the keywords, right? So later on, you take some action on it, and then I'm sure that you see some difference here. Yeah, because this is the same thing that I do for myself, these 5 key steps here to help to turn my financial destiny around. So this is how I actually use Patzer. A lot of people talking about using Patzer. You say, hey, how exactly you're using it? Just now, this is how you use it, by awareness, and then you take certain action on it. Because your Patzer chart can change. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The information is still there, right? But your outcome can change because your future is not written yet. There are so many things you can do to actually redirect your destiny. Okay, great. So you must know there are difference between okay, maybe I see whether I have this. Okay, yeah, I got this. Some of you, this is very important to understand. Okay, let me show you the screen here first. In learning Patzer, I noticed that 95% of the people that just consume information, right? So that's why I call consumption. They know all the clash, the harm, and everything. They memorize all the formulas. They keep chasing for new information. They consume a lot. So I call this professor. And most of the time, in the end, they see a lot of stars. Okay, and only 5% of them that focus on transformation. Okay, so guess which part I focus more into? A professor, or I want to focus on the catalyst for change? Yes, transformation. How many of you here like to be the 5%? Okay, all right, great. Nice, nice. Okay, good. Now, let's move on. Wow, today, wow, I already spent like 1 hour more here. Are you guys still okay? Do you still have the energy to continue? Okay, great, great, great. Let me see. Nice, nice. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, the next one. Just now we talked about the three. How many steps we talked about just now? I also forgot already. How many already? 4, 3, right? Okay, all right, nice. So we're gonna do more here today. So since you guys have so energetic, then we're gonna do more. Okay, so now next one here. Let me see whether I can. Okay, all right, nice. Let me share this screen. Okay, the 4 key step here to financial freedom is leverage. Okay, leverage. So let me tell you first about leverage. So a lot of people think, okay, leverage is something got to do with investment. Yes, it could be one of it, because you know that, the secret to success to make more money in your career, while you're young, your key to success is hardworking. Yeah, because you have energy. Okay, so, but while you are getting older, maybe 45 and beyond, is it hardworking is still your strategy to become successful? No, because that time you don't have energy, right? I think you realize that, right? You don't have the drive, and then you don't have much energy as you used to be, right? So that time we're talking about leverage. So when we look at the barter chart, right? So the resource element is the element we like. I know that when you learn barter, there's one term called resources. Resources means lazy. Okay, in the old days, if someone read your barter chart and then that if they discovered the resource element is very strong, they'll say, okay, this person, this guy here is very lazy person. Okay, so this is how they do it. But if you think about this, right, actually lazy is not a bad thing, Yeah, lazy. Is it possible that you must think, right? How come this person is lazy? Maybe he have a lot of helpers, he have a lot of servant in the house, or they have staff to do job for them. Is it possible? That's why they're lazy. So that's why the resource element also represent helpers. Yeah, if you learn barter, yeah, that's the reason, right? If so that they can help you on so many things. They clean the house and everything, right? Why you should do all this? So therefore, in the old days, resources element also represent noble people. It represent helpers. So, and it's also represent your staff. Yeah, that help you to do something. So now, if you have this kind of situation, is it okay to be lazy or not? Is it okay to be lazy? You have helpers, everything is lined up for you, great, right? So it's nothing wrong. And lazy is not a sin. Yeah, so for you. So now, when we extend this further, let's say, imagine if the stuff is your money. And would it be cool if your money can make more money for you? Like a lot of people say, right? Make the money work hard for you instead of you work hard for money. That is resource language. Resource like that. Okay. You say, okay, this is my philosophy. I don't want to do anything to make the money work hard for me. Okay. So now, do you like resource now or not? Do you like resource more? Yeah, I like being lazy. Okay. Yeah, if I have all this privilege, why not, right? So enjoy life. So that's why resource is not a bad thing. So now I want to check on your chart because your ability to leverage. Leverage, yes, investment is one. How about leverage on other people platform? Also resource, right? Instead of building something your own, you tap into other people customer. That is resource element. They are smart. They say, why I should build my business from scratch, right? I can collaborate with others, then I can get their customers. Okay, so that is the power of resource element. So now, let me show you how do you check your resource element first. Okay, in here, you look at resources. So for this person is 40%. So check your chart. Under resources, what is your percentage there? Okay, if you're 100%, I would say if you're 70 to 100%, I would say that you can be a great investor. Yeah, because all investors about leveraging, right? They are talented. So don't care whether it's IR or DR first, right? Just look at the resource element. Yeah, because you need to leverage, right? So when the resource is high, they know how to leverage on either other people money, or they can also leverage on other people platform. They make money work hard for them because they see money as a staff, as a helper. Okay? All right. If you look at Warren Buffett chart, his resource element is pretty strong. That's why from the start, we really knew this, right? So you say, why I should work hard to build a company? What if I can invest on other people, good companies, and then I can enjoy the profit as well? Okay. So if you're lower, let's say I saw somebody is 20% and all this thing. So I want you to actually learn this part out for you. Okay. So now, how do you know? How do you know is whether you are, I would say, you have a talented investor? Do you want to know whether you're a talented investor or not? Okay. Yeah, super cool. They are good with money. They're good in leveraging. They're good in investment. You want to know this? Okay, so the concept I about to introduce to you is what I call one branch of Pater study, where they are focusing on auxiliary stars, or some people call this Sansat Pater. In Cantonese is pronounced as Sansat Pati. Okay, so one of the critical element in investing from Pater perspective is the Jade Hall. Okay, let me show you first. Yeah, the Jade Hall formula. Okay, there you go. Okay, can you see this? Yeah, this is the formula to actually look into that. Okay, you guys cannot see it? Okay, let me share this again. Or some of you saying, yeah, it's not clear, is it? Never mind, it's on my Telegram. Oh, now you're not pleased. So I think a lot of you here already got this diagram, right? I shared this morning. Is a Telegram version is clear? Guys, some of you downloaded from my Telegram. Is it the Telegram version is clear? Okay, all right. So what you need to do here, okay. I go to share. Okay, guys, give me a sec here. Okay. Okay, this is the Telegram. I think most of you already downloaded, right? For some of you haven't. Yeah, this is the Telegram channel I just shared on the screen. Do you see on the screen right now? Yeah, this is where you download the formula. Okay. All right. I think most of you already got this. I think the Telegram version is very clear one, right? So you just go there and download this. Okay. If you're not able to do it now, don't worry, right? You just okay. I pay attention to the chat box right now. Okay. The team just posted the URL. You just copy this first, right? Later on, you download this. I think the Telegram version is clear. Okay, so do you see the URL in the chat box? Okay, so this is where you should actually go to download this. Don't worry, it'll be there. Okay, yeah, it won't disappear after today's workshop. If you all you need to do just to download the Telegram app, and then you subscribe to it, and then you can get all these goodies. All right, all this formula here. Okay, that way you do it later if you cannot do it right now. If you already have my Telegram, so you need to look at that. Okay, I want to show you how do you do this. Okay, let me download a clear version here. Okay, I think this one should be clearer. Okay, so do you see this? Okay, all right, great. So now, how do you do this is like this. First step. Yeah, I want you to do first step here. First step, I want you to zoom into your month. Okay, there's an element there, right? So for this person is Kui, GUI, Kui water. Okay, now I want you to do the same. Yeah, but on your own chart, what is the name of the top stem? Okay, so you say Ping, some of you say Jia. Okay, great. Now you know. Okay, just in case, let's do another example here. Okay, let me just do another one. Okay, this one. This one is zoom in, Man, Chi. Okay, so either you can memorize this character if you're Chinese, but if you're not, just remember JI, yeah, G. So I want you to know your own thing. How do you apply the formula? Is like this. Let's say use this example. This example is a Kui, right? So now go back to the okay. I need to. It seems like it's okay. I go back to the formula. Remember, it's a Kui, right? So do you see a Kui here? Follow? Do you guys follow? Because just now the example is Kui water, right? Okay. Now for Kui, the Jade Hall star, the investment star is rabbit. So if this person see a rabbit in his chart or her chart, then this person got the Jade Hall star. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, you can look at here, 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 or here. Do this person has a rabbit? No. Yeah, so this person don't have. Okay, great. Yeah, easy. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, for this person is G, right? It's called G. So now let's look at the formula. Scroll down again here. Okay, all right. So where is the G? Okay, I find here. So what is this person Jade Hall? Monkey. Okay, let's look at the chart whether it has monkey or not. Oops, where is it? Okay, here. There you go. Oh, this person have monkey or not? No. Okay, no monkey, so don't have. Let's say there's a monkey here. So does this person have the Jade Hall star? Okay, so if you have a Jade Hall star, so which means that this person have a super investment ability. They might actually meet right people at the right time, and then they're able to they can have the, I would say, intuition, yeah, to buy the right assets. They have this. Okay, I know some of you don't have this, right? Don't worry. Is it, let's say, like that person just now, he doesn't have it, right? So can this person increase the Jade Hall power when a monkey years arrive or not? Is it possible? Yes. Okay. Yeah, great. So and let's say you say, oh, monkey year is still like light years ahead, right? So long. Then is it possible if someone that you meet got a lot of monkey in his chart, is this person become Jade Hall to you? Yes. Yeah. Now you see how we can use Parzer, right? Yeah, so that's another way you can turn around it. Now you have this. And let me tell you, right? A lot of people are look at the Jade Hall star. People keep thinking about investment. Yes, there's another one, but Jade Hall also a nobleman, right? And this nobleman come in a form as female. Okay, it's a female nobleman. Yes, Jade Hall represent this investment ability, and also you might also good, especially in period 9, right? Because in period 9, women will be powerful. They are the powerhouse. They will occupy important position in the government, in a corporate world. So if since Jade Hall represent your power, your nobleman is come in a form as a female. So don't you think you are doing well in period 9 as well? Oh yes. Okay, great. So you have this. Nice, nobleman. And then also the Jade Hall star, also a great star, or you actually meet a lot of opportunities while you're traveling. Okay, you meet a lot of opportunities while you're traveling. So therefore, in old days, you need to travel, right? But in the current era, this also saying that you have a lot of opportunities when it comes to what? Internet-based business, where you can market your business globally. Yeah, that is Jade Hall. If you don't have, there'll become a time we will talk about how to increase the energy of the Jade Hall. How do you combine it? Yes, there's a technique, right? But let's not get into technical first, right? So just accept it for now. Cannot. For you, some of you don't have. Can you guys just accept it? Okay, for now, right? The solution sometimes just accept it and move on, right? You're happy again. Okay, there will be a time, right? We talk about more detail about it. So how many of you here find Bazi interesting? Yeah, just now we're talking about is the Bazi Sun Sharp method. Yeah, so the Jade Hall actually represent a female nobleman, also represent overseas opportunities as well, beside investment ability. Okay, cool. Do you learn something new today? Okay, great. So we have one more step here. All right, one more step. You want to know the final keys of financial win big financial using Bazi. Okay, this is the most important among the 5 keys. And if you miss this step, the rest of the step you learned earlier will not work. So therefore, I leave it to the 5th part, right? Because I want you to pay attention to this. Okay, are you ready for step number 5? Okay, great. Let me show you the secret that make everything works. Is the secret to life, to living an extraordinary life, is the secret of self-reinvention. Okay, all right. So you might need to write that down. Yeah, let me explain to you why this is so important. So I think most of the time, people try to change their outcome in life or their career or their business. For example, I meet a lot of people that keep changing companies and hope that their career will be better. How many of you here met someone like this? Or you were someone like this before? And you discover that along the way, no matter how many companies you change, right, the outcome is still the same. Let me tell you why. Because you bring you with you. I also met a lot of people that keep jumping from one relationship to another, yet the similar outcome is still there, right? Because when you move to a new company, don't you think you bring yourself there as well? Right? So which means that if you're given long time enough, like 3 months, you recreate the outcome again, unless you bring a new person into you. That's what I'm talking about, self-reinvention. Yeah, I know this part is a little bit deep, right? People want to work on the surface stuff. Okay, let me give you one example here. How many of you here have cholesterol problem? Or you think you have cholesterol problem? Okay, all right, great. So this is a very interesting fact, I like to think about all this stuff, So I actually asked my friends, I say that, okay, during dinner time, right? So I asked them, how many of you have cholesterol problem? And most of them say either they have it or they're worried they have it. So now, what normally people do when they have high cholesterol problem, they go to do research on the internet, in the Google, right? And then they look at what? How to reduce cholesterol, right? So then there'll be a lot of advice, right? What kind of food, what kind of medication you need to take, or what kind of lifestyle you know make adjustment. Don't you think this is a very automatic process that we take when we want to reduce our cholesterol, right? So, but this is 95% of the people, they'll do this. But the 5% of the people, they actually look at what causing the cholesterol issues. So the moment they stop doing what causing it, they can actually cure this problem, yeah, forever, because they cure the cause. Okay? Do you understand this part or not? It looks similar, but it makes a huge difference. A lot of people keep talking about, because you see, right, if you keep figure out how to reduce your cholesterol, but you're still eating the stuff or your habit or certain thing that's continue to cause it, you don't know about it, it only suppress the problem. You will not solve the root cause, right? So when we learn BaZi, we need to look at the cause as well, right? Just remember this cholesterol story here, okay? Yeah, so let's forget about how to reduce cholesterol. I want to know what creating the cholesterol in the first place. Sometimes to solve a problem is just simple as stop doing it. Right? The problem can be solved. Right? So I know that in BaZi study, a lot of people worry about how do I solve the clash? Right? How do I actually solve this part? Right? So it's not about solving it, right? So you need to know what causing the clash in the first place. Because the clash just tell you when it's going to happen. Right? If you know what is the cause of the clash, if you don't actually plant the seed, maybe 5 years early, 5 years before, and then the clash won't affect you anymore. Agree? Right? So how many of you here know that to actually create a real change, we need to change from the root. We need to reinvent ourselves. Okay? All right. This is the part, right? So when we talk about self-reinvention, right? So from health perspective, I think the first step here is instead of you say that you want to make more money, I want you to become wealth. You want to become the cause, right? So which means that I want you to see that you already wealthy. I want to think like one, behave like one. You live your life as if like all your prayers being answered right now. That unwavering thoughts is energy. Yeah, this is the most important part. If you don't do this, I don't care whatever you do, you're not going to succeed, right? Because you don't become that person. A lot of people keep thinking about focusing on what to do, right? So only a small group of people focusing on who they should become. Right? Most of the time, if you actually pay attention enough, a lot of people say, Iverson, tell me what to do, what industry has to go in, right? Rarely people ask me, Iverson, who should I become so I can make more money? Right? It's about becoming, right? So this part is about self-reinvention. So how many of you here see this is very important? This part here. And BaZi can help you to actually look into this part. Okay, so now let me tell you why this is important. Let me bring out the chart for 2023. You want to know the outlook for 2023? Okay, so I'll share with you here. So let me just go through the technical part quickly here. I know some of you don't know BaZi, right? So, okay, some of you say you have aha moment, right? Yes. Yeah, this is something, that's the whole purpose of today, right? I want to help you to see things differently, because if you cannot see things differently, you're still doing the same thing. Agree or not? Right? So sometimes all we need is some information, right? That tells us awaken the greatness within us. So then why this is so important is because if you look at the year of 2023 BaZi, then you know that the day here is a Quay-water. Okay. And then you see this is wealth element. All this is wealth element. One here, all this is wealth element. This also wealth element. So don't you think this person is surrounded by wealth? Yes. Right. So this is a concept here. When someone surrounded by wealth means that the self is weak. In Cantonese, we call 財多身子弱. So which means that next year let me do the analysis for you here. Yeah, without bore you with the technical details. He say that a lot of people will out of job next year. Yeah, because cannot control the wealth. Yeah, this is one of the thing here. Why? Yeah, because you look at here, there are 3 traveling star. A lot of automation happening, so they might require few labor, and they might make use of one person do multiple jobs. That's why a lot of people will out of job and finding hard to actually create more wealth. Okay, that is one of the thing here. So now, if you look at this chart here, the month also represent the one in power. Okay, is the wood element. So don't you think what is wood producing? Don't you think the wood will producing all the wealth element? Wood produce fire, right? So what does it mean? Yeah, a lot of country printing money because producing wealth, right? Don't you see this is printing money? All this is money element, right? All fire is money element. So the government, the one in control, it could be the government, or it could be someone that control the wealth. So people will actually, a lot of country will start printing more money. Is it a good sign or not? No, right? Because the currency will devalue further, right? So therefore, that's why this is the part, yeah, is alarming. I think that's why I want to actually share with you on this part here. Okay, so, and the next question I know a lot of people will asking, right? When the upcoming recession will end. I always tell people, right? Don't wish the economy will become better, but wish you become better. Because you think about this, right? If the economy, when it become later, eventually it will, right? So if it's become better, don't you think it's even harder for you? If you are not becoming better as a person, you have a lot of competitor. Agree or not? Right? You don't think your life will become easier after the economy we are actually recovered? No, because a lot of people right now they are actually working hard. They're striving to become better. They become what? Your competitor. Yeah. So if you think right by just economy recover, you'll find a better job and all those things, I want you to think again. Right. So if you are not becoming better, everyone else are far ahead of you. Even when the economy is recovered, you cannot reap the benefits. It's even harder for you. Do you guys agree with this? Do you see this here? So instead of waiting for the things to end, right? Yeah, wish you become better. So now, how many of you here, you found enormous value of the thing I shared today? How many of you here find this, you see the true value of today? Okay, great. How many of you here, you're deep in your heart that your life will turn out differently if you knew BaZi early here? Right? What I just shared with you is just a tip on an iceberg. Okay, now, what if I tell you it's never too late to create a breakthrough, and I can teach you how to actually do that precisely using BaZi? Okay, do you want to do this? Right? So, do you want to learn this part? I can teach you how to turn this around. Yeah, it's never too late. I don't care how old are you right now, right? As long as there's a will, they're able to do it. Okay, so would you like to know the next step? Okay, so now let me give you an option here. So as you know, I actually do a lot of coaching. I coach a lot of people like business people or entrepreneurs or even professionals. So if you want to, right, you can actually get a personal coaching session with me, and this is the cost of this is $2,000. Then I work on you to actually one-to-one to talk about your BaZi chart and then analyze the chart for you. Okay. All right. So this is a part. So now this is a limited slot. So it's a one-to-one coaching. You can do it via Zoom or via virtual class. So this is what I'm going to do this for $2,000. But because the slot are limited, because I don't do much consultation nowadays, right? So there's one option. But if you feel that this is too steep for you, yeah, why not we proceed to option 2? Option 2 is I actually created a BaZi program, right? I created a BaZi program. How many of you here want to learn BaZi? Proper way, functional way, in a way that give you real results, regardless whether you're beginner or not. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so therefore, instead of doing this one-to-one, I say, hey, I can impact more people by creating a program. So I created one program. Is a step-by-step guided program for self-transformation, breakthrough, and happiness. Yeah, this is a whole thing here, and I would like to present to you. Yeah, this program here is called the Ancient BaZi Secrets. Okay, this is focus on the art of self-reinvention, and we're going to do this via live stream from 10 to 11 December. Yeah, so which means that a month from now. Okay, so I see a lot of you here say that you already enrolled. That's great. Yeah, thank you. Right. So thank you for your support. So you're going to learn a lot of things here. So some of you are new here. So instead of wanting to pay the 2,000 for one-to-one coaching, so why not you learn it? Right. So this is the same technique I use for myself and to my clients. So now, yeah, this is the investment for this program. So it's 997 US dollar instead of 2,000. Then if you learn this in a program, so this one will be the 997 US dollar. If I teach this, organize this class here. But now, because a lot of people still are requested we do this virtually, so can benefit overseas student as well. So I actually decided to do this virtual via virtual platform, so can learn this right at the comfort at your own home. So therefore, instead of 997, this will be a virtual program, just like right now doing via Zoom. So instead of 997, all you need to do is to enroll for 497. Okay, yeah, optimize your raw wealth ability here. Yeah, this will then you will see, right? How can you use BaZi to become a better person, transform yourself to be more happier as a person as well? Okay, let me walk you through what I'm going to talk about here, right? So of course, the first step here, I'm going to talk about how do you take control of your life, right? So because in the end, nothing will happen until you take responsibility on your life, right? If you keep blaming your child or blaming everyone, no changes, real change will happen, or the change is not sustainable. Real change only happen when you take full responsibility about your life, be the good one and the bad thing, right? You know that you created all this. Right? I know it's tough to accept it, but once you do that, then you can start the first step of changing your destiny. So we're going to talk about master two forces that shape your destiny. So we're going to talk about the inner self-mastery, overcome certain blockage. We talk about the wealth blockage, and also procrastination using the STEM elements in the chart. So how many of you here, you know what to do, but you don't do what you know? So what you need here is you want to master your inner self. Okay, that's why I call this inner self-mastery using BaZi. Okay, so do you actually find this useful or not? This alone. How many of you here know that if you can be more disciplined, right, your life will change? You only need that part. Because you really know what to do, exactly what to do. You know that the only lacking part here is just discipline, and then the whole thing returns you around. Yeah, so therefore, I would say that inner self-mastery is the part here. Yeah, and this is the first time I'm teaching this, right? So you're going to learn something new here that I apply on myself and also for my client as well. Okay, and then the second part is very interesting. Once you're able to settle this, do you know that you have different paths you can take within your BaZi chart? So I will call this the 7 alternate destiny. Okay, it's cool, right? Why? Because there are remaining 7 boxes here. So up to 7 paths you can take in your chart, because I think in life, a great destiny means we have options, right? If we don't have choices in life, means that, right, we are having a bad destiny, right? So therefore, this part here talking about there could be an alternate destiny you can actually explore, and you can go to different direction, in your life. Otherwise, you know that, right? There are so many people have the same charts as Elon Musk, right? Why there only one Elon Musk in the world? Because they are different paths. There are alternate destiny you can tap into. So you want to know how to activate this part. This is the 2 forces that shape your destiny. Okay, so now the next step, once you're able to take responsibility, you want to understand the forces, then the step 2 is about life transformation. We talk about life force alignment. Remember, talk about energy and also expansion. So I actually use all the research on my journal and my research and my understanding about Bazi for the new world. Then I created your life force formula. Okay, so I actually divided into yin and yang. Why is yin and yang? Yin part is about happiness, and yang part is about achievement. All right, which part do you like the most? The yin part or the yang part? Okay, because your life force actually, you can actually expand to these two parts. So let's talk about the yin part here. So the yin part, we're talking about your seed of greatness. We're going to talk about it. That's where we study the life and conception palace in the Bazi. And we're also talking about restore your inner balance, right? Using 5 elements. So once you're internally, you're peaceful, you can move very fast. Okay. And then we also talk about how do you rediscover your passion, your life purpose, and happiness using Bazi. How many of you need this badly? You want to know your passion, your life purpose, and you want to rediscover your happiness. All right. So therefore, these are the yin part of the life force formula. So now, on the yang part, how about detecting whether you have this recession-proof Bazi or not? Do you want to learn this? Okay. Yeah, because in the new world, like recession, I think this part is very important. How do you know, right? How do you manage your chart this way? So, but the other thing also important is the health and energy activation using Bazi. So I'm going to share with you what is the trigger point of your health from your Bazi chart, right? Is it from food or from exercise? So there's something you can learn, something new you can learn from this perspective, because I believe that your health is your wealth. Okay. And then we also talk about luck creation secrets to restore your winning edge, or to restore your mojo, right? You've been winning for a while and then you cannot find back that mojo. So how about restore back your winning edge using your luck pillar? Okay, so do you like this part or not? Right, this part is all about transformation, right? Instead of talking about it, we do something about it. Okay, so now, the other part I'm going to add in here, so you want to learn from the best. So we will learn about some of the ancient secrets formula. So learn from the best means that in the old days, they're master, they talk about Bazi, and then along the way, people forgot some about it. So I want to actually bring back some of the important formulas so you can learn some extra formula that is life transforming. So we talk about the life palace, the 5 powerful auxiliary stars, shifting palace. If you're missing certain element, like just now, right? You're missing jade hall. How do you use shifting palace to see whether you have alternate jade hall or not? Right? So we also talk about awareness 5 elements. So all Bazi students must know this, right? To complete your journey. So, and even I'm going to add much more here. So, and even if you're a beginner, you can benefit from this as well, right? So don't feel that it's not for you, because this whole program is about application. Okay, great. How many of you here would like to join this program? Right, you know that this information is important for you for the next few years, right? It's very tough years, right? So you know, get yourself ready. So that's why I focus on internal, because when you are strong, right, you can handle things, you can thrive even in the toughest time. So, and so there you go. So wow, so many of you here want to do this. So now if you want to join us today, then this will be the link for you, joeyap.com/abs. The link will be there. All right, in the chat box as well. You look at the chat box, you can actually look into it. And some of you ask me, will I teach this again? I don't think so, right? Because I rarely teach the same program twice. So I would say, but this is, I would say, one of the best Bazi program you ever attended, right? So because I have a lot of interesting stuff, I'm going to share with you on here. So I see the comment right now. Wow, so many of you already signing up. All right, great. I see switching. All right, great. Thanks for your support. Okay, so for some of you, right, are thinking you want to do this, you're considering. So let me actually encourage you further with this, because we know that the economy, especially next year, is tough. So I'm going to, if you actually enroll today bonus here would be you got a VIP access. Okay, VIP access to one of a private webinar that I'm going to do is talking about how do you succeed in next year, 2023, in the year of water rabbit. This is another additional bonus for you. Okay, so and then this alone are worth 297. If you enroll, this would be something, because I know that next year is a very tough year. I want to give you guys 5 moves that you can execute on this. Okay, all right. And the next now for the first 30, how many of you want additional bonus? But this one is we only open for the next 30. Sign up if you want one more additional bonus, because a lot of people asking me, right? Hey, Iverson, can you actually do one webinar talk about relationship, right? Because relationship also very important, right? It govern our happiness, govern our life quality. So therefore, I heard you. So I'm going to do this only once. How about soulmate analysis using Parzer? Okay. Right. Do you like this or not? Right? How do you look from your chart and someone's chart? Right? How do you get connected? Right? How do you actually enhance it? Or probably sometime when is the timing of it, right? So yeah, this is something that I haven't shared before. And I think that a lot of people, since a lot of people asking to this, for this, so I would say that for the first 30 who joining us, you're going to get this second bonus. Okay. All right. So now let me summarize this for you. You're going to, from this program, Ancient BaZi Secrets, which I'm going to conduct this on 10 to 11 December, you're going to get this bonus 5 checkmate moves in the year of Water Rabbit, and also get a second bonus here about the soulmate analysis using Parzer. If you want to sign this program individually, it's going to cost you 1,591, right? So if you want to do this today, then there you go. You can get all of this, right? Not only the main program, you're going to get the 2 bonuses as well, only for 497. Okay, so make sure you grab this bonus here, and I'm looking forward to see all of you here in this program. Okay, so now I want to tell one thing, right? So I know some of you being hurt in the past, you feel in the past before, but let me tell you one thing here. You don't need a great past to have a great future. Okay, you don't need to, right? Because all you need is what you do right now moving forward. Okay, so your journey to making your best life, make it start here, right? The moment you make a decision on this. So there you go. That is the link for you, joeyap.com/abs to secure the bonus here. I'm going to see you in December, right? So you can plan this out, and so you can plan ahead for next year, 2023 and beyond. Okay, great. So now some of you say you want to manifest to enroll for this course. Okay, great. How many of you here already enrolled? Type the word me. Let me see how many of you already enrolled. Okay. Wow, so many of you here. Okay, great. So if you already enroll, you're going to get all the bonuses I shared just now, right? It's for you. Okay, some of you still asking, right? Yeah, will you get this? Yes, you're going to get all this. Cool. Nice. You're welcome. You're welcome. And now, so I hope, certainly I hope to see you in this program, because me, myself, looking forward to this. Right, so there are a lot of content I want to share with you, life-changing contents. Yeah, because I don't like, or I see a lot of people that falters, and because they're too focused on technical, they don't know how to use the knowledge. So I would say that let me be someone that play a role to help you to fill in all the missing pieces here, right? So you can see a clear picture, yeah, why you're here in this role, and what is the direction moving forward, right? So I think the deep realization will give you immense clarity. So not only can give you happiness, and you also do know clearly what you can do moving forward, right, to transform your life. And how many of you here actually find true value of this program here? You know that if you learn this, you're able to actually know so many options you can do in your life. Yeah, this is the whole purpose of this. Okay, great, nice. So now, Do you enjoy today's webinar? The 5 keys to win big financially using Parter. Right? Do you like the content today? How many of you here have aha moment, or you discover you have some realization that actually sparks certain ideas you can do moving forward? Okay, great. Okay, all right, nice. I know a lot of you here still asking about maybe when to pay in Sing dollar and all those things. All right, that when you talk with your team, the team here, the team can help you. So, and then some of you say you are still wondering whether you should do this. Okay, let me tell you, you could have maybe 100 reasons to think about whether you should do this or not. But all you need is just one reason to move ahead, right? A good reason. Yeah, it must be something got to do with a betterment of yourself and maybe for family. If that is the reason, that reason will justify 100 reasons why you're still thinking, right? In just like success, right? You can actually have a lot of failure in your life, but all you need to do is to have one big win, and then the rest is history. Okay, so this is the part. Yeah, I hope that you can see it in that perspective, because this is how I navigate my life. Because a lot of time, a lot of options, right? So all I need is just one reason that worthwhile for me to do this, to moving ahead. Yeah, that's how this is my decision or the guidance system that I use. Okay, great. So I see Marian Deka say you just did it. All right, nice. Okay, so yes, this is about self-reinvention, because I always believe that if we don't become better, nothing else will become better. Because no matter where we go, we bring ourselves with us, right? So you bring you with you, right? You cannot separate it. So therefore, hopefully, this will actually give you a better understanding about Parter. And when your Parter knowledge is strong, when you learn Qigong, Feng Shui, right, it's become easier for you to absorb, because all the fundamentals about ourselves come from your Parter chart. Okay, great. So now I have some time here to answer some questions. If you have some questions you want to ask me, be what we discussed on today's webinar, or you have some question about the program, you can ask me now. I'm looking at the chat box right now. Okay, Elaine Wong say when the bonus program would be. The bonus program very likely will be in December, right? So it will be after the program. Okay, all right. So some of you haven't decided yet. It doesn't matter, right? So don't think about it. Think about it, right? So no pressure here. So I want you to truly know that you want it, right? So if you don't want it, don't do this, right? So this is not what I believe in. If you don't, like I told you earlier on, has to be you want it. Okay, so if you don't want it, then probably this is not the right program for you. Okay, maybe something else. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I always tell people this, right? If you don't do that, if you don't want it, maybe it's not for you, or maybe it's not the right time yet. Okay. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. So someone asked me, do you still do Parter consultation? Yes, I still doing it. Right. So like I showed you just now, there's a personal coaching. I still do that. Right. So, but some of you find the price is too steep because my limited slot. So probably this is the program you can learn, so you can help yourself on this. Because what you learn here, not only for yourself, you can use the same information to help your family, your friends, or whoever you want to help, especially if you are a coach. Right. Now you have new value you can add to your clients. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, and then one thing I want to share, right? Some people say, how come my achievement manifestation is not working, or sometimes the feng shui activation doesn't see much results, because it's about the first thing is about your own energy level first, right? Therefore, a lot of people think, which one I should start first, right? I would say that if you are wondering, if you only can learn one thing, start from the self, Parter, right? Because Parter is about you. Everything comes from you. You think about this, right? In a classroom, everyone learn from the same teacher. How come some people they learn it better? Some of them they feel miserably in an exam, right? So is it the teacher is is not doing her job or his job? No, right? Teaching the same thing. So first part is about you first, right? So Patsa look deep dive into the core, into what you have, and then you explore further. Think about this. If you are happy, right? If you're happy internally, don't you think you would take more action? You're applying something, right? So therefore, this is a part I actually, if you ask me, right, which one? Because me myself, I start with Patsa first, right? Because I know that if, like last time, people ask me, hey, Iverson, why not you teach people to actually making more money? This is back like 2017, right? So I say I cannot do that yet. You know why? Because if I want to teach people to do something, me myself need to create the result for myself first. Make sense? Right? So I cannot teach people something that I haven't done it before. Yeah, so that's why I refuse to talk about it, because if it's really working, I must see it working on myself first. I must be the living result, yeah, of the application of Chinese metaphysics. Okay, so this is to answer some of the question here. Okay, great. So any other question you want to ask me? Yeah, anything. Yeah, you learn from today program. You have something. Yeah, you can ask me now. Today I'm in mood, so I can answer some of your question more. Wow, we all stay like more than 2.5 hours already. Wow. Yeah, your energy is super. Okay, all right. Okay, some of you waiting for context is fine. Okay. All right, great. Okay, now Fei Lim asks month or day pillar, which one is more important? I would say that these two pillar is equally important, because the month pillar represent achievement, your day pillar represent fulfillment. Okay, so have you seen some people that they achieve a lot, but internally they feel depressed, right? Yeah. So when someone achieve a lot, it's something got to do with the month pillar, because the month pillar govern external, govern achievement. When you're talking about fulfillment, contentment, peace of mind, happiness, tranquility, so that one got to do with the day pillar. Okay, Fei Lim. So which one is more important depends on which one you need right now. Okay, ultimately you need to succeed in these two areas. Okay, Fei Lim, do you understand this? Okay, all right, great. Now let's see here. What is the impact of the parser if someone unsure about birth hour? So you still have 75% impact. Still a lot. Okay. Okay, Gray Cell asks, what can we learn from Shifting Palace? Shifting Palace is to help you to get something that is doesn't have in your natal chart. Okay, is to somehow use the missing element. Okay, all right. Mainly us can do multiple analysis simultaneously. Example, 3 business partner, date of birth. Yes, the answer is yes. So if you're familiar with Parser, yes, you can do that. Okay. But if you're beginner, you might need to do it in a more slower pace. Okay, Karen Tong say Jade Hall, you look at the month stamp, yes. And hunt for the animal sign in other pillar, yes. So for the Jade Hall, the reference point with the month first, because now we're talking about money, we're talking about achievement. Then where the animal sign can appear in any of the 4 pillars. Okay, you also can look at the luck pillar if you want to. Okay, Yanni asks, this year my rock wealth percentage is increased versus my natal chart. How do I interpret this? Spend more on education. If your rock wealth increase, which means that you might want to spend more. Okay, what you chose to spend eventually is up to you. Okay, Yanni? Yeah, but of course, if you ask me, spend on assets, spend on education. Okay, someone asked, can I look at the, okay, PH4 asked, can I look at the hour pillar for the Jade Hall? No, for now, we just stick with the month pillar. Okay, Yenny say, I spend a lot more on your courses. Okay, good. You did a great job. Okay, keep it coming. Okay, so Yenny, but I'll say that, right? Since you learn a lot, I think is good. So I of course, certainly, I hope that you apply it more, so it'll be good, right? So yes, learning is good. So the next part is about application. But I'm sure, Yenny, you actually apply a lot already, isn't it? Okay, Jackie Tan asks, 2023 will be more tougher year. Yes, it is. Like you said, it is we shown just now. Yeah, the self is weak, wealth is strong, right? So which means that you'll be a very tough year to a lot of people, unprepared people. Okay. All right. Erwin Moore say, I have 0% in direct wealth and rock wealth. What should I do? I would say you need to learn about financial intelligence. Okay, first step. Okay, all right, great. So I think I answered more of your question. I hope you enjoyed today's session here. Yeah, I hope you enjoy learning BaZi, and more importantly, I hope that you find some benefits and some ideas you can actually apply immediately. Okay, so if you're able to do that, I would say that yeah, it makes all my time here 2 hours plus is spent in I think it's worthwhile, right? So for me, so if you have any question or you want to connect with me, you can actually join my Telegram channel. I think most of you already did, right? So from there, you can send a message. You can actually learn more information or metaphysics subjects from the posts that I'm going to constantly actually post something in my Telegram channel. Okay, so till then, I would say thank you for of your time. I wish all of you here all the best, no matter what you do, and I hope you to see in my upcoming program. So till then, take care, stay healthy. I'm Iverson Lee. I see you again in my next event. Bye bye.